I am the bread of life. Shalom, beloveds. I don't know about you, but bread makes me happy. Just as our body is nourished by bread in every tribe, every culture, every people, every nation, Christ, Yeshua, is the bread of life for every soul. In the natural, bread is considered a staple food in all cultures. The word staple, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, means used, needed, or enjoyed constantly, usually by many individuals. Bread is universal. Whether you eat fry bread or matzah or challah or roti or naan or injera made of teff or dabo or pan or sourdough or hot water cornbread or biscuits, I'm getting hungry. Bread is sustaining and satisfying to our soul. Like a love language we all understand, bread is a timeless, comforting, and often sacred food. In the birth of the Israelite nations, they were sustained by manna in the wilderness, and later the priests made unleavened bread as holy grain offerings to the Lord. In the spiritual, John 6:35 captures the connection between Yeshua and bread. Yeshua said to them, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. In verse 47 to 50, I assure you, anyone who believes has eternal life. Your fathers ate manna in the wilderness and they died. This is the bread, and he was talking about himself, that comes down from heaven, so that anyone may eat of it and not die. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever. The bread that I give for the life of the world is my flesh. As bread is blessed and broken and given often in communion, Yeshua was telling the disciples the death he was going to die. He was also saying that in order for them to live, they needed to eat his words. For Matthew 4:4, but he answered, it is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. Like bread sustains the body, our spirit is literally energized by the words of Christ. Without his words, our faith will weaken. As we eat his words, our spirit is strengthened, for what we feed grows. Not only that, his words taste good to the soul. Psalm 19:8-10 captures this so beautifully when David says, the precepts of the Lord are right, making the heart glad. The command of the Lord is radiant, making the eyes light up. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The ordinances of the Lord are reliable and altogether righteous. They are more desirable than gold, than an abundance of pure gold, and sweeter than honey, which comes from the honeycomb. Now, for those who know me, I love honey. Like honey, the word is not only nourishing, providing minerals and nutrients, but it's delightful. It's more delicious than honey. Isaiah cries out in Isaiah 55:1-2, 9-11, come everyone who's thirsty, come to the waters, and you without money, come buy and eat. Come buy wine and milk without money and without cost. Why do you spend money on what is not food and your wages on what does not satisfy? Listen carefully to me and eat what is good, and you will enjoy the choicest of foods. Verse 9, for as the heaven is higher than the earth, so my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For just as rain and snow fall from heaven and do not return there without saturating the earth and making it germinate and sprout and providing seed to sow and food to eat, so my word that comes from my mouth will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I please and will prosper in what I sent it to do. Beloved, there is nothing as sweet as his word, nothing more powerful than his word, nothing more secure than his word, nothing more satisfying than his word, nothing that gives us hope like his word. I know for me, I would be a mess without his word. This is my testimony. I would be a mess without his word. And when I say a mess, for me, that looks like consumed with sorrow, consumed with grief, consumed with fear, consumed with anxiety, that would be my story. But because of his word, I am rooted and I am grounded in love. Will you join me, beloveds, and run to his word, crying the words from Luke 11:3, give us this day our daily bread. I love you, dear ones. May these words, may his word, the word, take root and bear fruit in me and in you. Please share this, beloveds. Please share this word with those around you, for we're all hungry and we're all thirsty, and we need the word like never before. For what we feed grows. There's so much happening in our world right now, and if we don't intentionally feed ourselves the words of Christ, we will eat from another tree. And the end of that tree is death. I want my spirit to grow. I want my faith to grow. I want love to grow. I want joy to grow. Not fear, anxiety, and worry. I want the bread of life. My prayer for you is that you will eat of the bread of life. Hide his word in your heart that you might not sin against him. Hide his word in your heart that you may have hope. Hide his word in your heart that you may know how to speak a word in season to him who's weary. Hide his word in your heart that you may speak. Speak the word only over those that you love and see their lives grow like a tender, precious tree. I love you. Let us eat.